right, everyone, welcome back. I am so excited for today's deep dive
Me too.
because we are going to be looking at some really interesting source material.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
it is. It's all about relationship advice.
Mm-hmm.
But get this, with a comedic twist.
Oh, I love it when they mix it up.
I know, right? So we're not going to be like telling you what to do or anything like that.
Yeah.
But instead, we're going to try to kind of figure out like why this kind of humor works, or like sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And like what it all means about what we all expect from each other.
Expectations in relationships, right?
Exactly. Out there, in the crazy world of relationships.
It's a jungle out there.
It really is.
But you know what I think is really fascinating about this? Is that using humor like this can really get us thinking.
Yeah.
About some really deep stuff that we don't normally confront.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like a sneaky way to get us to think about these ideas of, partnership and autonomy and all of that.
It's like hiding the veggies in the mac and cheese.
Exactly. You get the good stuff while you're getting tricked into the good stuff.
I love that. Okay, so speaking of sneaky, this source we're looking at, it kicks off with this analogy.
Okay.
That's, it's a little out there.
Out there how?
Well, they compare controlling a wife to steering a rocket ship.
Oh, wow.
They say it's technically impossible and absolutely unnecessary.
Rocket ships.
Really?
I know, rocket ships. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it's so over the top right, and that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, it kind of points to this underlying assumption that women are just inherently unpredictable or uncontrollable, like a force of nature or something.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which, of course, is a stereotype we've seen, forever.
Oh, yeah, definitely. In all parts of life, really.
Throughout history, absolutely.
That's a really good point. That they're taking this very old stereotype of, like, the unruly woman.
Yeah.
And they're just turning it into a joke.
Right. And sometimes humor can be a tool for social commentary, even if it's not intentional. Oh, for sure. For sure. Okay, so we've got this rocket ship analogy setting the stage right.
Okay.
But then they go on to offer some very specific strategies, we'll call them.
All right, I'm intrigued.
For how to navigate this impossible task.
Okay, like what?
We're talking nodding along, praising even the most questionable meals.
Oh, no.
And my personal favorite, strategically messing up chores to avoid being asked again.
Oh, that's a classic.
I know, right? Is this stuff for real? What do you think?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are these genuine tips for, like, a harmonious relationship, or are they kind of poking fun at these passive-aggressive tactics that we sometimes see? This whole strategic surrender thing is really interesting.
Tell me more.
Because it plays on that tension between collaboration and manipulation.
Oh, that's a keep.
It is. Like, are you genuinely going with the flow, or are you trying to, like, secretly steer the rocket ship?
Ooh, steer the rocket ship in secret. I love it.
Yeah.
Have you ever caught yourself doing this strategic surrender?
Maybe.
I have to admit I've done it, especially with chores. Sometimes it just feels like the path of least resistance.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what makes this humor resonate, right? It taps into these shared experiences and lets us laugh at ourselves a little bit.
Exactly. So this source takes us on this crazy ride through rocket ships and strategic surrender.
It's quite a journey.
It is. And then it all culminates in this classic punchline. A happy wife equals a happy life.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's heard that one.
Right. But it feels so simplistic, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. And I think there's also a bit of a gender bias in there.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Well, it puts all the responsibility for a happy relationship on one person.
Yeah.
And it reinforces this idea that the man's happiness completely depends on the woman's emotional state.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. It's like a one-sided equation.
Exactly. Reducing a very complex dynamic to something very simple.
Yeah. What about the wife's happiness in all of this? Don't her feelings matter too?
Right. It makes you wonder if they're being serious or if they're using this punchline ironically.
That's so true. It really makes you think. So I think what we've learned today is that even a simple joke can reveal so much about societal norms and expectations.
Absolutely.
And laughter can be such a powerful way to start these conversations.
Totally. So it leaves us with a question to think about.
Okay.
What does a truly happy, fulfilling relationship look like to you? How do we move beyond these outdated stereotypes and build partnerships based on mutual respect, open communication, and really understanding each other?
That's the real question, right?
That's a real takeaway.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. It was a lot of fun.
It really was.
And we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.